Hi, my name is Josh Siglowski. I want to welcome you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedule to learn a little bit about this employee retention credit and what it is. Basically, it's a stimulus check for business owners. Are you a business owner, or maybe you know someone that's has W-2 employees within their business? This pertains to either one of them. Basically, what it is that it's the employee retention credit. I'll get right into it. ERC or ERTC. The T stands for tax. So it's also known as the Employee Retention Tax Credit. How our company really learned about this has only been around since March of 2021. If you Google ERC credit after the ads, you'll see the irs.gov website. Basically, what the ERC is within the CARES Act. We also known as the CARES Act as the PPP or EIDL, which is the next slide. But basically, in March of 21. This year, President Biden amended the American Rescue Plan Act. Within the CARES Act is the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. We know, like I said earlier, we know the PPP and the EIDL. EIDL was a loan. PPP started as a loan, ended up being forgivable. This is the employee retention credits within the Treasury Department, and it is fully forgivable from the day you receive it. Yes, fully forgivable the day you receive it. Now, if you've heard about it, and you might be telling yourself two things right now. Number one, I don't qualify because I made too much money. Or number two is, oh, I got PPP money, so I don't get ERC. That is two old amendments or two old legislative pieces that has been changed, has been amended since then. So if you're telling yourself that now, definitely want to watch and give me another 5 or 10 minutes to kind of explain why you could qualify. Now, who's this guy you're talking with right now? My name is Josh Siglowski. I'm the director over business development for our company, ERC Specialists. You've seen our logo through the ads or the slides so far. I'm a business owner, and I say that because I'm not a tax guy. Now, we have plenty of tax professionals within our company that help with getting your credit. And this is something that we work with CPAs, tax professionals on, because this is 280 pages worth of documents. This is hard for a tax professional to understand. So I always tell people, don't get mad at your tax professional. We work with them. They call us on a daily basis, working with their clients and helping them obtain this employee tax credit. Now, like I said, I'm a business owner. I'm a commercial real estate guy. I've been doing that for several years. And we saw this opportunity back in April, the month after this was amended. So sometimes someone might say, oh, you guys only been in business for 8 months. This has only been in law for 8 months, maybe 9, This is something that's been amended. The ERC, Employee Retention Credit, and the PPP actually started the exact same time in March, April of 2020, but you couldn't get both. When President Biden amended this in March of this year, then you could get both. And that's why you guys are here today, to kind of learn a little bit about it. So how do I qualify? Well, first thing is, get with the person that kind of introduced this to you, because we like to know where our marketing pieces come from as far as a company. But when you go through our website, there's about a 5 or 10 minute question survey that we have on our website that will help you decide and know if you qualify or not. It's going to give you a range after you go through the questions of 10 minutes. It's going to say, you are approved, between $100,000 to $800,000 of credit. Wow, that's a big number. This is something that you can get up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. Yes, $26,000. So if you had 10 employees, W-2 employees, that could be up to $260,000 of credit. Now, I use the word credit a lot. We'll go over what that means here in a second. What can I use the money for? You can use it for anything after you receive it. Now, PPP, you had to disclose that you're using it for wages, payroll. I mean, you can use dividends for your partners, whatever it is. You can use the money for whatever you want on that. How much money is left in the program? Well, as of the end of third quarter, 2021, there was $18 billion that have been used in this so far, and there was $400 billion allotted for this. This is part of legislation. So it's something that's already in place, and it's there until it's out. So more and more people are learning about this. So when the money's gone, it's gone. So you definitely want to take action and go on there and make sure you can get your company approved. How much money was with the PPP version 1? Remember, there was 2 waves of PPP. The first wave, 500 billion. So you can see how fast that money went. It took, so I think someone said 60, 90 days, and then it was gone. So you definitely wanted to kind of make sure you go on there and apply. Now, where does that number 26,000 come into play? And we'll just go over this. This is on our website as well, as far as a summary table, but where the number comes into place, it's $5,000 for 2020, all of 2020. And when they amended it, they made it so it's $7,000 per quarter in 2021 without giving you the 4th quarter. So 7, 14, 21, quarters 1, 2, and 3 in 21, plus the 5, that's where we come up with $26,000. Okay. Now you can see if you claimed PPP you can get ERC now. Yes. Okay. This is even for businesses that started after February 2020. So maybe you started a business in the early 2021. You're like, wait, I didn't qualify because I just already started my business. No, there's actually an option for you to get credit with that. Okay. So now on the stipulations, obviously this isn't something that everybody gets the credit, but they're making it so it's much easier to get it if you have W-2 employees, because what the current presidency is doing is they're trying to say, hey, this is a retention credit. If you retain employees during the pandemic, we want to reward you for that. Okay. So this is even for 501As and 501Cs at the very top there. So nonprofit. Now, if you have a company, how the first part, I always like to say it's like a tree. In 2020, there's 2 questions. Number 1 is, do you have 100 employees or less? If the answer is yes, then were you shut down based on a government mandate or amended your business based on a government mandate in the year 2020? If the answer is yes, then you can get up to $5,000. Let's say you have 140 employees. So you're like, wait, I guess I don't qualify. No, you don't qualify for 2020. Now the question in 2021 is, do you have 500 or less? Okay. If the answer is yes, then was your business disrupted based on supply chain? And there's pieces around that, but based on if your business right now is disrupted, is the word they use, based on a supply chain, then you could qualify for this credit. Now, if the answer is no, what, we don't have a supply chain problem, then it would go into a 20% decline in revenue comparing your 19 quarters to your 21 quarters. And that's what it was before the supply chain. That was just something that was added as an amendment just recently. And then the quarter 3, quarter 4, new employer, like if you start a new business and you have W-2 employees, you have an option to get up to $50,000 per quarter for quarters 3 and 4. Okay. The first part was $7,000 per employee, but you don't get a 4th quarter. This one's different. This one's 3rd and 4th quarter if it's a new business. Okay. Now, this is employee base, up to $26,000 per employee. We've talked about the word credit a lot. How much is this credit? Okay, $26,000 per W-2 employee. Now, why do they call it a credit and not a grant? Okay, a grant, they'd be able to give you the full amount of money. This is the Treasury Department. So if you have some back taxes, and let's say you're approved for $800,000 in credit, but you have $250,000 in back taxes. This is the IRS. They're going to keep that $250,000. Then they're going to send you the difference of $550,000 in the difference. Okay. So you think about that, you're like, wow, that's kind of crappy. Well, no, I mean, anyone that we've helped that actually has back taxes, they love this because they've had that pumping on their chest for 2-3 years saying, the IRS knocking on the door wanting to, make sure they're getting paid. So this kind of wipes that out. That's why it's a credit, not a grant. Okay. So, but it's I always say that it's a glorified grant because they are getting that amount of money. Now, why hasn't my CPA told me about this? We talked about that a little bit at the first. I always say, do not get upset with your tax professional. This is very tough for them to understand. Now, mostly because when we first learned about this, we talked to 2 or 3 CPAs. Every single one of them said, hey, it's something I just don't have the capacity to do because it takes 2 to 3 hours per employee to file. So if I have 100 clients and one of my clients has 20 employees, that's going to take me 2 weeks. And I don't have the capacity to do all that. So, but the last CPA told us, this is back in early April, hey, this is a payroll credit. You got to talk to a payroll company because we're amending your 941s not your 1040s, your 1120s, which your CPA does. Oh, okay. Well, let me call QuickBooks. Let me call ADP. Let me call Paychex, Gusto. Strike out, strike out, strike out. No, because it's just, they made it pretty tough to get 280 pages worth of documents. But us as a company, we really dove in and wanted to understand how we can help many other businesses nationwide. Okay, so who's your advocate? We are ERC specialists. Also, the person that kind of obviously brought you here. We specialize in helping businesses claim this ERC credit. It's created for business owners or by business owners for business owners. We are aggressive in maximizing your credit while staying within the law. We are aggressive in helping you qualify. Where others fail, we can get you credit. Now, we have that. I can tell you story, testimonial after testimonial. Even people that claim the credit maybe early or mid 2021 that we're helping get more credit based on the new amendments. So if that's something that's you definitely want to make sure that we can see what we can do to help you. We have over 45 processors looking over these ERC funds that are properly trained. We like to stay within the law. There's no gray area here. It's black or white, whether you can get the credit or not. We're not going to try to mess in that gray area. That's something that we will not do as a company. If you want to know more about our team, please go to the About Us page, learn more about us. What is needed from the business owner? I always tell people, hey, go through the questions. We'll never, ever, ever ask for a credit card from you, ever. Now, at the very end, it's going to say, based on your answers, these are the documents we need. These are the main 3 documents. However, there might be something more or less than these 3. 941s, payroll summary reports, and your basic PPP info if you got the wave first or the second wave, okay? How long does this take to get? That is the crappy thing about all this, is the IRS is backlogged 4 to 6 months. We're told that this is based on emails that we've gotten from the Treasury Department that they are planning on hiring more people for this department. We're hoping that's going to condense the time from 4 to 6 months to something else, but that's how long it takes. Now, you think about that, you're like, wow, if I do this, it's going to take me 6 months. Yeah, I mean, we're having customers that said 4 to 6 months ago, like, hey, I should have done it back then, because now 4 to 6 months ago, it's gone by and they could have been much farther ahead, right? So the earlier you can get into this, the earlier you can get your check. Now, how much do we charge? Well, we saw that as a possible bottleneck because we said, hey, if we're going to take money as far as services rendered from companies and they're going to wait 4 to 6 months, they might get impatient. So you know what we're going to do as a company is we're not going to charge anything up front. We're going to file it for them, but we're going to take a percentage of the credit, which is 15% on the back end. So someone might say, well, what's your money back guarantee? Well, if you don't get paid, we don't get paid. So we want to make sure that's a two-way street there. And so that's what we charge. We charge 15% whatever credit you can get. I was even in a text conversation this morning on someone saying, hey, what should I say? What should I say to this person? Based on asking about our fee or if they can help them get this credit for this. And I told them, I said, well, you tell them, like, we only get paid if we can find the credit. If they go through it and we go through everything and they can't get approved, they're not getting charged anything. They have the peace of mind knowing that they went through it and we couldn't help them. Okay. And in my opinion, if we can't help them, I don't feel no one can, to be honest with you. We're that dialed into this. Now, how do I get started? Get with the person that referred you to this presentation, or go to our website, ercspecialist.com. Hit begin qualifying. This is the old picture of our website's been updated since then. But once you go through begin qualifying, there's even a referred by. You can also put that person who referred you to this presentation. Other than that, we look forward to helping you in the future. Thank you.